We didn't hold any copyright for Sandy, the videos and images added together. For this project, it was all used to keep listener engaging and captivating. Thank you. In the small town of Gavish, where farming was the lifeblood of the community, the residents relied on exchanging their produce with one another to acquire what they needed. However, a dispute between two villagers, Aiel and Koner, brought their peaceful trading to the attention of the king. He gazed sternly at the two men and demanded to know why they were fighting. Aiel stepped forward, his voice filled with indignation. "Your Majesty, I traded one bowl of rice for 6 tubers of yam with Koner, but when I inspected the bag, I discovered he'd added stones underneath and only 2 yams were inside. When I asked for my rice back, he claimed he'd already eaten it." The king turned to Koner, his expression unyielding. "Is this true?" Koner fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. "Please, Your Majesty, have mercy. My wife has been begging me for more than just yams, and I didn't have enough. That's why I did it." The king shook his head, his voice firm but sorrowful. "You know the rules of our village, Koner. If I were to show leniency in this case, it would set a dangerous precedent. My judgment is thus: you are to be put to death for cheating your fellow farmer. Your head will be given to me. Your body will be shared among the villagers, and one leg will be mine as a symbol of my authority." As the king's guards dragged Koner away, the king turned to Ella and ordered, "Give Ella the rice as compensation for his trouble." The scene shifted to a grim guillotine, where Koner was dragged by the king's guards. The villagers gathered, their reactions mixed, some gleeful, others sorrowful. Lagertha, Koner's wife, stood among the crowd, her body racked with sobs. A messenger stepped forward, his voice loud and clear. "By order of the king, Koner's head and leg will be given to the king, while his body will be shared among the villagers. You may collect your portions after the execution." The crowd erupted in cheers. A towering figure emerged, axe in hand, and counted down loudly. 1, 2, 3. With a swift swing, Koner's head was severed from his body. Lagertha's cries turned to wails as she fainted, her mother rushing to her side and carrying her away. The villagers collected their portions of Koner's body, while the guards delivered the king's share to the palace. In the grand hall, the king sat down to a meal of cooked meat. His brother, Rollo, entered, and they greeted each other warmly. "I heard what happened," Rollo said, taking a seat. "I know you must be troubled." The king nodded, his mouth full. "Yes, I'm sad, but it's the law." Rollo's expression turned serious. "I understand, but we need to address the famine. Perhaps we can ration our resources." The king's interest was piqued. "What did you have in mind?" Rollo took a deep breath. "Let's make it a rule. No pregnancies, no visitors for a year. That way our food and water will last." The king's eyes widened in surprise. Then a sly smile spread across his face. "You always come up with clever solutions, brother." He called for a guard and dictated the new rule, adding, "And ask if there are any pregnant women who should come forward." Rollo interjected, "We'll deal with them later." As the guard departed, the king poured drinks for himself, and Rollo, a hint of satisfaction in his voice. Next scene, Lagertha sat, tears streaming down her face, as her mother tried to console her with food. Suddenly, the king's messenger burst into the scene, flanked by 2 guards. "If you are pregnant, please come outside," he bellowed. "The king has a special gift for you." The messenger stood firm, repeating the announcement. 2 pregnant women hesitantly emerged from the crowd. The messenger continued, his voice carrying across the village. "Due to the famine, The king has decreed that no one shall become pregnant or receive visitors. Anyone found violating this order will be put to death, along with their unborn child. The villagers murmured in dismay. One curious villager raised his hand. Does this mean we should abstain from? The messenger's expression turned menacing. Guards, bring him forward. As the guard seized the villager, the messenger declared, "This man's manhood will be cut off as punishment for his impertinence, and these 2 pregnant women will be killed. Their flesh shared among you all as an example of the king's resolve." The villagers gasped in horror. As the accused were dragged away,